Hello, good morning, and welcome to our very first edition of It's a Great Day, Wisconsin. We have a very special debut episode for you today. Our guest today will be Ruben Hopkins with the Wisconsin Black Chamber of Commerce and Rose Marie Schiavo on behalf of Veranda Restaurant. In addition, we will have a very special performance by my lovely daughter, Chelsea Smith. And I would also like to give a warm welcome to our very, very special guest, Bryan Foster of Foster Funeral Homes. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
You're doing good? How are you doing, Dre?
I'm doing awesome.
All right. Well, how was y'all's weekend?
It was good.
It was good? It was good? What'd you do?
I went home to Memphis.
Oh!
I had an awesome time.
All
I
right.
did from tumbling on went to a location that was just full of trampolines. Wouldn't believe how many adults was in there just bouncing around on trampolines, to going to barbecue, went to a barbecue festival. I had a good time.
All right. Well, I got to be a part of the 100 Black Men backpack giveaway.
Okay.
And it was so nice seeing so many happy faces. Were you there? I know you're part of the 100 Black Men. I see 100 somewhere on you there.
I was not. I actually was at a memorial service on Saturday.
That's right. His business, Foster Funeral Home. Yep, I hear it's a great place. We'll talk about it in just a little bit.
Okay.
Also, with what's been going on in town, I was at Menards last night and getting some plants and stuff, and there was actually a blackout. We're standing in line in the store, and there's a blackout at the store.
In Fitchburg?
In Fitchburg, right off Junction Road, and there were kids like jumping out of aisles, scaring people and stuff like that. It was really fun, but it wasn't the store's fault, but the blackout was the entire block, and no one really knows.
Was it a car accident? A lot of times I work in insurance, so I have a lot of people who've hit transformers and cut out power for thousands of people at a time. So.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
But it was a scary instance that we incurred, and then also this weekend, my husband and I, Jeff Smith, we shared some time with Haywood, Simmons, and Michelle at Fitness Plus. Well, actually, they came over. Fitness Plus didn't come to exercise us at our home, but we just spent some time with them, and I just want to say what great people they are, and they just really opened up to me about how to eat healthy. And I don't know how I'm going to eat healthy because I even brought donuts today and I ate a donut, but still I'm going to try to eat healthy.
Just one step at a time. One step at a time.
And I'm a little scared. I was sharing with them about doing exercising. I don't know, have you ever had trouble getting into a workout routine or?
No, after doing 20 years in the Army, it was
that's
kind of forced up on you.
Eat the mud.
Now, you're going to be going over next week to Fitness Plus, right?
I am. I'm going to try it out on Wednesday.
Okay.
They talked me into it. I'm scared because I haven't exercised in a little while. So I put them on notice that if I die of a heart attack or if I'm passing out,
They're going to take good care of you, work you out over there.
Yeah, they're going to have to. I got to lose some belly like everybody else, especially before Thanksgiving. So they're going to make some room.
You got to lose at the gate to balance it out.
That's right. That's the way it works, isn't it? And I wanted to share with you guys, I don't know, I got some news clips. So that I was reading in the paper yesterday, and I had seen that, what is it, Sanyo? It says Sonic? Oh my gosh. I can't see anything. I'm going blind.
It's
Sonic. They're going to open up another Sonic in some Prairie. You know, they have one in Middleton.
So how are they just missing Madison? I mean, nobody wants to drive all that. Well, let me not say no, but I have driven out there and gotten me some, the only people that sell tater tots.
Yeah.
Out to Sonic. So they're opening one in Sun Prairie.
They are. They're opening it up on Sun Prairie, and it says here they're going to be, I should have brought my bifocals, but 2564 Ironwood Drive in Sun Prairie, near the corner of Windsor Street and Grand Avenue by Copp's Grocery Store.
Okay.
So I just wanted to put that out there because I think that's pretty cool they're looking at probably an October opening. That's right around the same time you open up your funeral home.
Yes.
And that was another thing I wanted to bring up on our open chat here. How's that coming along, Bryan?
It is coming along. We are still working with some of the technicalities of it as far as the licensing, but it should flow smoothly. The latest is October 15th. As soon as it's October 1st.
Okay, and where's it going to be located?
Yeah.
It will be located on the south side of Madison. We're keeping the address on a little.
Okay.
Down low.
There we go.
Down low.
So we're going to have what is called. We're not going to have a grand opening. We're going to have what is called a community introduction.
Okay.
We introduce ourselves to the community.
Okay.
Yeah, you were sharing some great ideas about what you're going to be doing with maybe even at some point having like a horse, like not a horse-drawn carriage, but some kind of where there's for military and
with
veterans.
the caissons. Yes. As being a veteran myself, I love taking care of the veterans. I believe that they are the reasons that we are able to walk and breathe freely, besides God, on top of all of it, and guiding them. But I want to offer them a special service, specifically from my heart.
All right, look at that.
You know, that says a lot about, our veterans. I had seen the other day about the flag and how we need to really honor our fallen veterans. And I had seen a commercial the other day, and there was an older man that had a tattoo on his arm. And the little boy was all excited to see the young guy with the uniform on, and he was saluting him and everything. He goes, "Hey, I have something to tell you." He said, "You see that man over there with a tattoo on his arm?" And he goes, "Yes." "That old man?" And he goes, "Well, that old man is also military, and you need to go salute him." And the little boy went up to him and said, "Did you really fight in the Army?" And he said, "Yes, I did." And he saluted him. So, I mean, it just goes all across the board. It's not just our young men, which we are very grateful for, but we need to look at all of our men and women that are serving and give them a kudos, a respect. And it's so honorable that you're doing that even when they pass. That's just a wonderful thing you're doing, Bryan, and serving our community as well. But I know that you're doing a lot of fun things too. I mean, not that funeral dying is fun, but
you can make it into a celebration.
You're making it into
homegoing celebration.
That's it. That's what it's called, a homegoing celebration.
That's right.
And celebrating the life of one. So that's what we want to do. We want to have families to experience something that they've never experienced before, with the exceptional care that we will offer on top of our military services to our families.
All right. That is definitely awesome, and I know the South Side of Madison is looking forward to that community greeting that you'll be presenting to them.
Yes, and we will be the first funeral home on the South Side of Madison.
Are you the first African American funeral home in this area?
We'll be the first in South Central Wisconsin.
Well, look
Wow.
at that. Look at that.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Well, we have some little quick news, not news bits, but things I had found in the paper. I thought this was interesting about authors creating a workshop to help aspiring novelists. And I think all of us, even when we're writing in our diary, think we could be an author, even if it sounds silly.
I got it.
Yeah, but I think it's pretty cool. It says that when this was in the Wisconsin State Journal, and it said that author Susanna Daniels speaks to book clubs and inevitably says that she will, I guess, help people start to write a novel. But it says to learn more that we should go on Madison Writers Studio or visit MadisonWriters.com. So I thought that was something for the aspiring writer, because it's really
nice that they're getting an opportunity to get some assistance, because you got to think about you get trained in school, you get trained how to write, but you have to be around, I feel like, other writers whose minds are working the same way and get those critiques to make you stronger and make you be a better writer so people can consume your product, essentially.
Oh, yeah. Well, then, also, I don't know if you can see this, Bryan, but what does that say? I'm making him read, because he promised he wasn't going to read the teleprompter, but I said, you're going to read something.
Making sense out of your budget. The Wisconsin Women's Business Initiative Corps is hosting a free class on personal budgets. Learn the difference between needs and wants while prioritizing your money from 6 to 8 p.m. At Wibbick, 2300 South Park Street. For more information, www.wwbic.com or 608-288-2600. 257-5450.
Oh, yeah. I think that's a great thing for anyone that's trying to learn how to budget a small business.
Yeah, that's definitely awesome because one thing we have a little segment, it's called our news bits, and we have talking about the Asset Builders Conference that's going to be coming up in this area. This area actually provides quite a bit of options for people to get financial training and work on their financial health because, debt is detriment to relationships, to families, to communities. And so I think that this is definitely awesome. The Asset Builder Conference is their 15th annual one, and their 13th annual one, and it'll be here at the MATC down by the airport. So it's right off of 151. Make sure that you attend if you'd like. You can also take your children. It is $5 for adults and $2 for children or youth. And it will be on, I had to double check my notes, on the 24th. So it's definitely coming up next week. And it'll be from breakfast, and registration is at 7:30 in the morning, but the conference will start at 8:30, going to about 1 o'clock. So make sure you get down there and sign up.
That's a great lead into our news bits of the day. I know that we have the grand opening coming up for the Madison Black Chamber of Commerce soon.
And we'll be there.
Yes, we'll be there. All of us will be there. I understand the governor is coming, Congressman Pocan, Mayor Sagel, Mayor Pfaff. We have, some big people, some athletes. Bryan's going to be there, Dre's going to be there, we're all going to be there. And it's on August 28th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Monona Terrace, and it's free to anyone who's interested in being an aspiring business owner or an established business owner who needs contracts or money or access to capital. So, and this is your chance to, utilize your voice to say to those that are there, here I am, help me. And it's also a big event in showing support for the Madison Black Chamber of Commerce in this relaunch grand opening. So I'm encouraging people to come.
Yep.
And what else do we have, Dre?
Well, It's a Great Day Wisconsin is going to be offering up, and to the first person who goes on to our Facebook, and it's A Great Day Wisconsin, we'll be making sure that you see it on the screen. And what you'll do is you'll be answering our secret question of the day. First person on there gets a $25 gift certificate, a Visa card from us, and you'll be able to spend that whichever way you like. You can hold on to it, put it in your savings, but we'll be definitely working on doing our secret question every week, so always look out for that, all right?
All right. Wow.
All right. Now, I just had a really quick question about the Black Commerce event that's going to be coming up. Now, are people allowed to bring their children, and what's the attire that we're looking for that one?
Well, it's more of an adult atmosphere. If you want to bring your children, if they're well behaved, then that's great, but we really want to keep it on a business type of a level. Attire is business casual. We don't want to see anybody with a halter top and running down the aisle and things are falling out, but we want something that's more.
Because the thing
I'm
about
sure Bryan was like, I'll go to that one.
No, it's going to be, we're going to have, the mayor's going to be, she want to be presentable in that manner. And the more presentable you make yourself, the more respectable people, the way they treat you,
That's
present
right.
yourself the way you like to be
right.
treated.
Yes,
Okay.
most definitely.
Definitely. So we want to let you know that Kathy, over this weekend, she went ahead and got on mysmallbiz.com and looked up some very quirky kinds of things that we would like to give suggestions to people about what's going on out there for popular business options and items. And what's going big right now is it's going green. Mm-hmm. So we have a lot of things like upcycling, or people call trash transformation. Mm-hmm. We have plant rentals. Mm-hmm. And would you ever consider renting plants?
I would, especially
Not
after
you.
what
You
happened
like,
at
no, it's my
Menards.
business. I can't let them rent the plants. It's for my business.
Yeah, we'd want those plants to go with the people when they go. We don't want to recycle those
12 and
plants.
use them at 5.
No. That'd be kind of sick.
No, a lot of people people use plant rentals for small business that don't want to upkeep plants. Also for weddings, because that's the biggest expense in a wedding, they say, is the plants.
Yeah,
plants
it
next to food. So you either want to be eating or you want to be staring at some plants. So,
Or they could be eating the plants. I'll be hoping.
but you know, the one thing with the upcycling that we're definitely going to go ahead and let you know you can do. You have those items, everyday items around your house, things you're going to get rid of at yard sales, or you find a unique find and you want to make it nice, so you can upcycle it, and it can be anywhere from a picture frame. It could also be designer towels. Now, we question the towel thing. That's something we got to do a little more research on, because you don't want to be using a towel that used to be a rug. But you know, people are out there doing it. They find it a way, and people are buying it and selling it. And so, what they say, one man's trash is the next man's treasure.
That's right. That's right.
So,
Well, thank you, Dre, for those news bits, and we will be back with you in just a moment with not Anthony. Who am I talking about? I want to say Anthony Hopkins. It's Ruben Hopkins. So we'll see you in just a few minutes. Thank you.
well, welcome back to It's a Great Day, Wisconsin. We have with us Rosemarie Schiavo with Veranda Restaurant and Wine Bar. She brought some delectables for us today. How are you?
Fine, how are you?
I'm doing awesome, you know.
Good,
Just
good.
making it, trying to stand back here and compose myself for all this delicious food. How you doing?
Good.
Well,
good.
tell us a little bit about your
Well,
restaurant.
Actually, my family has been in the restaurant business since probably 1933.
Wow.
Yes.
That's
wow.
experienced.
I was
My father opened up a restaurant and bar in Milwaukee right after Prohibition, and Tony's grandfather opened up a restaurant and bar in the old Greenbush neighborhood.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
On Regent Street.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Up in a triangle.
The triangle,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
which is now obviously doesn't
I
exist.
took a class. That's the only way I know.
Right. And my husband was a lifelong resident of Madison, and his grandmother actually had a farm right outside of Arbor Hills, butting up to Fitchburg before the development of that area. And my father used to come here. My father was much older when I was born, so consequently, he would relate to Tony's grandmother. And he used to come here, and they used to have picnics.
Wow.
And we're pretty much old Southside people.
Wow.
And we had Antonio's on Park Street,
Yeah.
and we had Cafe Continental downtown.
Oh, I love that place.
Thank you.
You guys made the best. You know, I had a cream of mushroom soup.
We still have it at Veranda.
I'm coming over there then. Because I love that soup. It's so good.
Yeah, it was really good, and so they've been in the area forever, and it's we've always worked with the people in the area. We did buy local before it was fashionable to buy local.
Right.
We felt very strongly that you had to support the people
I agree.
in our area. That's important. I mean, otherwise, and everything we have now, not everything obviously, but many of the things we get, our cheeses are all Wisconsin, from Wisconsin.
Awesome.
On our charcuterie plates, we have Balzano meats, and they're from Milwaukee.
Okay.
And we do get our prosciutto, that's on those prosciutto greens. We do get that from La Corcia in Iowa, because I've had prosciutto in Italy, and nobody makes better prosciutto than these kids. They are amazing. They are absolutely
real prosciutto taste. You gotta go get it.
absolutely amazing. And we deal with True Coffee in Fitchburg, and we get our bacon from the Bavaria Market.
Oh, all right. That's a good place.
Yeah, it's
They really have great meats.
Yes. And we do, we get our greens from Vitruvian Farms in McFarland, and they're real fresh.
Yeah, they're not. That's really close too.
Yeah, that's really, and we've been dealing with Golden Produce forever, which is on the south side.
Yeah. Wow.
And we do Stoneman Farms corn. We do the apple garden, which we'll be bringing in now with the apples.
It's my favorite time of the
Yeah,
year.
it's-
Oh my
and they're
gosh, it is-
starting.
Oh yeah.
They're starting to harvest now.
Wow, they are so early.
Yes, so early. That's what my son was
Oh
telling me.
my gosh,
And-
every year.
And we did some great drinks with those apples, and we're going to use them obviously in our cooking. And they are great.
Do you get your wines from any local people in this area?
Yeah. Well, we obviously we get our wines from our distributors in the area, and we get them from. No, I'm not going to remember the name of the well,
That's all right.
that's all right. But
It's all
yes,
good.
we do a lot of local. All our distributors are local. We buy very little from out of town.
Okay.
And we've supported them, and they've supported us. They've been fabulous with us.
So that's a good way of supporting the community, is supporting Veranda Restaurant too.
Yep, and we do our peas pasta.
Yeah.
I've known Peter forever, when he first started making pasta.
Ooh.
And he makes really good pasta. Yeah, it's fresh pasta.
Ooh.
And
And that's a big difference than
yeah.
that store-bought pasta.
Pasta,
It doesn't
yeah.
taste the same at all.
his is phenomenal. And we've always dealt with local people in the food industry, and we have a great relationship. Obviously, if you've been doing this for as long as we have, I would
Yes.
hope we do.
Yeah.
Yes. And we're really happy with the support that we've received since we came here. We opened this restaurant up a year ago in July.
Wow.
And the people of Fitchburg have been fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, really, really supportive.
They do support, I mean, everybody supports the community, but here in Fitchburg, they really
Yeah,
do support.
it's true. It's true. My granddaughter goes to Woods Hollow.
Oh, that's a nice
Yeah,
place.
it's a nice
Yeah.
preschool, and she loves it. And the people from Promega and all the businesses around here have been so supportive, and we really, truly, we appreciate all that support that we got.
All right.
And so,
So that sounds wonderful. All the fresh foods, the great taste. My stomach is making a really loud noise.
So what
And
did you
there's
bring
food
for
in
us?
front of us.
That's right.
what I brought for you is
Ooh, yummy.
a sampling of our bruschetta.
Okay.
And we have a goat cheese, and we have the prosciutto and mozzarella, smoked salmon, and thinly sliced tenderloin.
All right.
And these are prosciutto wrapped greens. Obviously, we love our prosciutto. And basically what it is, it's radicchio with goat cheese and a champagne
Goat
dressing.
cheese is so smooth.
Eh,
It really is. It's so much better than regular cheese.
It's so good.
It's smooth
It's
and
so
creamy.
good. It's so good.
Ooh.
And then I
can't
also
wait.
brought you a bottle of wine, just to show you that we've like tripled our wine selection since we opened.
Okay.
Wow.
In 1 year.
Yep. And
Wow.
because we work so well, our distributors have been so good, and some are small, and they're very good, and they show us the best wines. And this is Ja. It's a really good value for your money, and it's a blend. It's a lovely blend. I will tell you what it is, and I'll read it. It's a Nebbiolo, a Barbera, and a Dolcetta, and Ja means already in Italian, and it's because it's fairly young, but it's very good. It's a really nice wine.
Are we able to open it, or is that something we're going to just save for later and dive into the food?
You can open it anytime you want.
Well, I'm just saying.
Except I
So,
don't have an opener with me.
oh no!
I didn't. We could break the top off. We could break the top off.
Now, what can we find on your menu if we decide to go over to Veranda?
We have small plates, and we have steaks. We have fresh fish. We get our fish every day. We have a wide variety of oysters, both raw and cooked. Oysters Rockefeller, and they're wonderful. And our happy hour is from 3 until 7, Monday through Saturday.
Oh, even on Saturday, give them a happy hour.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Oh,
Right.
Saturday is a good day to be
That's the
happy.
best day.
Oh, Saturday.
Be happy.
And we have some great drinks, and we make our own sangria, which is
Oh,
amazing.
yummy.
It's really amazing.
Does everybody get a picture?
It's so good. It's
party.
It's so good. And we give you fresh fruit with it and skewers, so it's healthy.
Now, is this
that sounds good.
this
It's
more like a date night restaurant, or is it family friendly?
It
where
is
you can
family friendly.
bring kids?
Absolutely. We do have the kids menu. 2014, we're hoping to maybe expand our patio. Our patio is gorgeous.
It is.
We got all our flowers from K&E Greenhouse, which is right on Fish Hatchery.
Yeah.
And right up the street, about, I would say, 6 blocks up the street.
Yeah.
From Irish Lane, it used to be Irish Lane. He did a beautiful job. And we're hoping we can expand it next year.
Wow.
And maybe utilize some of the gardens, some of the grounds that we have for an herb garden and things like that. And maybe have some interactive activities for people in the summer.
Oh, that'll be great. That'll be great because it's going to be a good place for even people to have like weddings, like small weddings,
Absolutely.
or just get together and just have a good time, or have a family dinner. Nobody does that anymore.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Well, we had an awesome time.
We did.
Well, thank you so
did.
much.
This is
We
great.
really appreciate all your support. It's been great. It's been so nice to be here.
Yes.
Now, are we able to log on and look at the menus for
yeah.
ourselves, or do you have
Veranda. menus.
VerandaMadison.com.
Look at this. Look at this.
And we're on
That's huge.
Facebook.
Okay.
All of our specials, every day we feature the specials on Facebook. And we also show a lot of our dishes on Facebook.
Okay. So you know what you're getting before you buy it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's definitely appreciated, especially out here when you want to go out and enjoy local cuisine and not, feel like I don't know what I'm gonna get, and hopefully I pick something nice.
Exactly,
Turning words into pictures. That's definitely awesome for you. So make sure to add them on Facebook. And you got to definitely go over there. They got the happy hour on Saturday.
Happy hour.
They still got extended happy
Isn't that
hour.
what Wisconsin is about? Happy hour.
Well, that's why we extended it till 7 o'clock too.
Oh, they got it all night long. Till 7 o'clock. Oh, this deal just keep getting better and better.
If you're watching a Badger game, you're going to want to go to Veranda and have cocktails. Or, yeah.
Now you want to let the people, want to leave them with anything?
Please come and see us, and thank you so much for all of your support in Fitchburg. I can't tell you how appreciative we are.
Oh, we're
We are
going.
thrilled.
We're going to be there, so you be there too. We'll be back with you in just a moment.
Back to It's a Great Day, Wisconsin. Here every week we're going to spotlight companies in the area for people who are looking for employment, people who are first timers, and also people looking to change employment. This week we have 3 local companies that we're going to spotlight. We have Epic Health Systems. We also have SPI Global and UWP, also known as the Meat People. Epic has, for the first time, a position that's open that does not require you to have a degree. It's for a learning assistant. It's full-time, and the salaries do range. For SPI Global, they need a call center representative in there that's going to be considered a workforce specialist. This position is also full-time, and it pays between $13 and $14 an hour. An associate's degree for this one is suggested to be required, or 2 years work experience for call center work. UWP, the Meat People, has a second to third shift job opportunity available. It's for $11 to $12 an hour, and after the first 6 months, you do qualify for a $1,000 bonus. So that's definitely something. We got people out in the crew that's like, yeah, I need a new job. So if you're looking for a new job, looking to change, or trying to get out there in the workforce, those are some options available to you. And if you have any jobs available that you'd like us to spotlight here on It's a Great Day in Wisconsin, please let us know. Add us on Facebook, and we'll definitely make sure we spotlight your career opportunities.
Well, welcome back to Great Day, Wisconsin. We have actually you've already met one of our guests, Bryan Foster, but also Ruben Hopkins with the Wisconsin Black Chamber of Commerce of Milwaukee. He came all the way down, so I want you to give him a lot of love when you see him out in the bouts of Madison and within the state, because he does a lot of business here. What I want to introduce is the fact that they're both here to talk about the event, the relaunch grand opening of the Madison Black Chamber of Commerce on August 28th at Monona Terrace from 6 to 8 p.m. Bryan Foster not only is a business owner for Foster Funeral, but he is also on the advisory board for the Madison Black Chamber of Commerce. And Ruben Hopkins is the president. Am I correct?
Chairman and CEO.
Wait,
CEO.
To me, he's the ultimate. For the Wisconsin Black Chamber of Commerce of Milwaukee. Welcome.
Thank
I'm
you,
so
thank
glad
you.
that you took that drive all the way down here. And I'm so glad that you stayed with us all day and we tortured you with everything that we tortured you with. Why don't you share with us a little bit, Ruben, about the partnership that's going on with the Madison Black Chamber and the grand opening relaunch. How do you see that happening and how that partnership's going to work?
Well, with most things, there has to be it has to develop in a womb. So we're all developing, and we're going to birth an organization that actually has some teeth. Mm-hmm. And our focus in Milwaukee is civil rights, and how civil rights is tied to economic development at every level, at the city, the county, and the state level. And so our goal is to bring that to the table, to be that support structure for all the organizations who want to understand how we got to this place, how we got to be one of the worst states in the country when it comes to economic development for blacks and Hispanics.
Wow.
And where do you go to try to change that trend? And so, but the problem is in this state, at the city and the county and the state level, the places for us to go to complain either don't exist or are unfunded or have different agendas. So as business organizations, we have a responsibility to challenge the political leadership as to what they are allowing to happen. And we have a responsibility to challenge the business leadership that has been benefiting from the lack of minority participation, the lack of a consistent contracting practices. It's just, it's kind of every man for himself right now. And we see that in a lot of organizations where they tend to not really get involved in things they should get involved in because they're afraid they're going to lose what funding they do have. So our goal at coming to the table was to ask the questions of, around resolution of the civil rights and how those civil rights tie to the economic development or lack thereof where business is concerned.
That's a very positive role that not only the Madison Black Chamber, but the Wisconsin Black Chamber, along with the other African American Black Chamber in Milwaukee that are doing, creating this, in essence, a force that coming together where you're dealing with them like a one-stop shop. It's the resource hub in each area, each community, and that's amazing because from what I have seen in the news or in reports that Dr. Rose had sent me as well with the economic African American disparity that's been going on and everything in general, it only makes sense that forces would be joined to show that, hey, we are a viable community, we as a minority community in general, but in the African American community or the black community to say, we are worth taking a look at. We do have some buying power in the state of Wisconsin, and we do want to do business with you. So that's a positive.
It is. I agree. However, you have to be careful of the whole divide and conquer. That's also part of this because, as an example, the disparity study they did in Milwaukee that said that African Americans were being left out of contracting. So the city council changed the ordinance to give African Americans 25% of certain contracts. Well, the Hispanic Chamber and the American Indian Chamber sued. All right, so the way they did it was really more divide and conquer than it was working together. So then the city turned around and said, okay, we're not going to do anything. So they pulled the 25% back. They said, we're not going to get anybody anything. So now we're right back to where we started. And the the argument that people wanted to make was, oh, the Hispanic Chamber didn't want black people to get contracts, right? But the issue that is no. If we could have all gone to the Equal Rights Commission and asked the Equal Rights Commission to look into what was going on at the city, or if the city would do an external audit, not a disparity study, just an external audit, you would be able to see that the problem is not. The problem is just unfair contracting practices, but you can't see it without an audit. And if your Equal Rights Commission, which was didn't exist in Milwaukee until I think about 4 years ago, and it only was put back in place because the organization 9 to 5 got the paid sick leave on the ballot, and it passed, and part of that process meant the Equal Rights Commission had to be in place. So it wasn't even in place. And now it's in place, but it's unfunded. So
now, how is this a federal?
Because
it's not tied to the federal.
Sure, it's all tied to federal civil rights law because the Equal Rights Commission, the Commission on Human Rights at the county level, the EEOC at the state level, those are the places we go to complain.
Exactly. So where's the funding for this office? Is that not what the people are asking?
Right, but it should be the question, why isn't the Equal Rights Commission funded at the city level? Why isn't the Commission on Human Rights funded at the county level? Why doesn't the EEOC at Madison deal with contract discrimination? They don't even deal with contract. They only deal with housing and housing and employment discrimination.
So what happens if nobody's dealing with these contract discriminations? I mean, everybody needs to work and operate in the
only
business.
place to go now is the Department of Justice.
Oh my God.
And so you go to the Department of Justice and you complain that, hey, at the city they're being unfair, at the county they're being unfair, and at the state they're being unfair, which is a process that we're in the middle of. But you have to do that as part of the 1964 and 65 Civil Rights Act that was put in place against all the different discriminations that take place. And when you so we partnered, so when the NAACP brought the suit, we, as a business organization, we signed on to that suit again, and so it's still going through the Department of Justice right now at the city level. Well, at the county level, we had to first force them to put the Human Rights Commission back in place. So we sued them last year.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
And so the judge said, yeah, you got to put Chapter 51 in
on
place.
the books, yeah.
So they put it back on the books, but they're kind of dragging their feet and organizing it and taking their time putting it together and saying, hey, we're going to have a meeting. We want, hopefully, hey, you might be interested in coming to that meeting. You know, they're just kind of dragging it out. And so we can't take them to the Department of Justice yet until they fail
At
putting this commission in place. So
how
they
much
know
get?
well, it's kind of a judgment call. We kind of say, okay, we waited long enough, and now we're going to go to the Department of Justice. And it's the same thing at the state level. So we'll eventually work our way to the state. But at some point, they have to have these commissions in place. Now, the Department of Justice came in Minnesota. They took over contracting. So they're still in charge of contracting in Minnesota. As a matter of fact, right now we have 3 offices in the statewide. So at the Equal Rights Commission at the City of Milwaukee, unfunded, ineffective. Human Rights Commission on Human Rights at the county, right? I don't even know what to say about that one. And then the EEOC here in Madison. In Minnesota, they now have 52 offices. They have an office in each county, and the contracting or the Commission on Human Rights or the Civil Rights is a cabinet level position in Minnesota. So they report directly to the governor at a cabinet level. And then there are, each of the ethnic groups has a statewide council that reports to the commission, and then the commission reports to the governor. So some of the articles that you see coming out of Minnesota, some of the articles you even see coming out of Illinois, because, you know, down in Illinois, they're pretty much at every table. You know, when they set a table, Larry Ivory and Arnez Dancy, those brothers down there are making sure that they understand their role. But what else has not happened is it's not being run by politicians. So right now we see a lot of stuff related to business being run by a politician rather than being run by a business organization. So if you have questions about licensing, or if you have questions about regulation, you'll have a politician say, hey, I'm bringing these people from Madison, come hear what they have to say, rather than saying the Wisconsin Black Chamber is bringing these people in so that they help you can develop your business. The role of the chamber and our responsibility as chamber organizations is so important that we often don't even know what our role is. In many cases, we don't understand what our role is.
Right.
And so that's why sometimes when stuff happens, or sometimes when meetings take place, the people who get the credit, are not the people who the credit should be going to the chambers of commerce, rather than going to a politician, or in even some cases some corporation.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing to know. I know that you mentioned Larry Ivory. He's actually also part of this partnership with the Madison, or not just Madison, but the Wisconsin Black Chambers of Commerce. So I'm hoping that this is really going to put a spin on things. When this, I know there's some big announcements happening at the grand opening with all the chambers coming together, as well as. I know a big event happening in September as well that will be announced. And I know that, Bryan, you had some information regarding the event and what the Madison Black Chamber of Commerce is having.
Yes, on August 28th, from 6 to 8 p.m. at Monona Terrace, we'll have guest speakers in attendance are projected to be the governor, / lieutenant governor, all African American chamber presidents of the state, as well as Illinois. Is it Nancy? Nancy Mistel. Nancy Mistel. The great mayor of Fitchburg, Mayor Sean, Mayor Soglin, Department of Administration's Godwin.
Tamagashi, yeah.
Yes. Legislators, leaders, and other supportive organizations.
I also heard that Congressman Polkan is going to be there as well speaking.
Oh, yes. He came to speak to us at the 100 Black Men as well for Madison.
Wow.
I know this would be a great event for everyone to be out. Please do attend. I will be there, so come up and harass me every once in a while. But I also wanted to ask you something, sir, as well as for the Minnesota organization, their structure. Is that one that we could emulate here in the state of Wisconsin?
Yes. As a matter of fact, the same team that put together the complaint for Minnesota to cause the Department of Justice to come in, it's the same team that's working with us here in Wisconsin. So you had Ed McDonald, you had James Hall from the NAACP. They were part of the same group that actually facilitated it in Minnesota. The leadership, but again, the leadership has to be open to it as well. I mean, if you have a scared leadership, it's kind of hard to do. And in some cases, we have a scared leadership that doesn't understand what their role is. And so once you can stop being afraid that what funding you are getting is going to stop, then you can lend your name. And see, what happens is when that complaint goes to the Department of Justice, and they say, well, who's all complaining? And they say, okay, Wisconsin Black Chamber of Commerce, the NAACP, the ACLU, and it stops there. And they say, well, where are the other ethnic groups? Where's the Hispanic Chamber? Where's the Hmong Chamber? Where's the American Indian Chamber? See, when we're not on these complaints collectively, then the Department of Justice looks at it and say, well, okay, let's see what else is going on. So this is why a lot of times in some of the meetings we've been in, people are depending on their political relationships for the contracts that they've been getting. So if you're depending on political relationships, then to sign on a complaint against the person that gave you the contract is not something you're going to do, because when it comes around again, they might find somebody else to give that contract to. The other part is, we talked earlier about the funeral homes. Well, the problem again is, the Black Lawyers Association should come together as an association, but that association should be a member of the chamber.
Right.
The Black Nurses Association should come together as an association, and they should be a member of the chamber. The Black Funeral Home Association should come together, form their association, fix what they can fix together internally, and what they can't fix, they come to the chamber and says, can you help us in Madison, or can you help us wherever it is that the chamber has leverage to help us get this done.
So the chamber wants to function as an umbrella organization for all of these people of color organizations.
No, we don't want to function as an umbrella organization. That is our role.
Okay.
It's just like the MMAC in Milwaukee. The MMAC has the 2,000 largest corporate companies in the state as members. So, Tim Sheehy, when he wants to go to lunch with the mayor, he's on speed dial, right? Because when you have that kind of stuff, so that's why if you notice the paid sick leave, right, ordinance that the governor said, no, we're not doing that, it passed. The people said they wanted it, but the MMAC was against it, right? So now you got business interests against human interest, or the people's interest, but now you have to have politicians that when they make these decisions, they have to know there's a consequence for those decisions that they make. So you have to understand some of the politics that is involved in making these decisions. And I will say this, as a 501c6, we can get more involved in the political arguments and point to a specific politician than maybe somebody who's 501c3.
Because you don't have to be nonpartisan.
Well, even as a 501c3, you don't have to be nonpartisan. It just can't be your primary focus can't be influence in politics.
Okay.
Right. Well, this all sounds really interesting. I think we could talk about this again. We need to have you back on and
Sure.
go more into it, even with you, Bryan, and maybe some more people. That maybe Larry Ivory will come down from Illinois. I know we're getting ready to meet with him on Thursday. But again, I want to bring up the fact that the Madison Black Chamber of Commerce and the Wisconsin Black Chamber of Commerce and the African American Black Chamber of Commerce and everybody is going to be at this event. And I do know for a fact that they are honoring Al Toons and Tim Jordan, and there's going to be some great Rose Bowl champs there, Haywood Simmons, and I thought I heard something about somebody special coming as well. So I do encourage everyone to come. It's a free event. They would like it if you could try to RSVP, but it's not necessary. The information will be on our credits or on our site. So please come and join the relaunch grand opening at the Monona Terrace on August 28th from 6 to 8 p.m. And thank you so much for helping us with the chamber information and everything else. I know that we do have one more wonderful entertainer coming, and thank you, Ruben, for coming. I really appreciate you coming all the way from Milwaukee, and we know it's not that far, but for us it's forever. And we'd also want to let you know that next is coming up Chelsea Smith. Like I said, my lovely daughter, and she will be singing us out. So thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next few minutes. Well, thank you for joining us today on It's a Great Day, Wisconsin. And next week, we will have our special co-host guest, Dan Guerra with Argus Ventures. And we will have Julia and Connie with the Latino Chamber of Commerce, right?
Well, everybody, make sure you definitely stay tuned to us next Monday. We will definitely be here on Fact TV working for you, working with you. And hopefully we are going to have our person who responds to our Facebook secret question of the day. We'll be letting you know next week who the winner is, and that's for that $25 gift certificate from Great Day Wisconsin. Make sure to let us know if you would like to participate on this show, if you're a business, if you are an organization, a musician, or you have any jobs out there you'd like us to feature. We'll definitely make sure to get that out here to the people. Our email address is itsgreatdaywisconsin@gmail.com. If you have any questions for us, please let us know. Feedback is definitely welcome, and we are excited to see you. Make sure that on the 28th you do come out.
We'll be out there.
We'll be out there. Kathy got us some awesome cards. We got business cards out there in case you want to connect with any of us or anyone on our production crew. So once again, it's a Great Day, Wisconsin. We had a wonderful time with you today. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you. Bye. I had enough heartache and enough headache. I've had so many ups and downs. Don't know how much more I can take. See, I decided that I cried my last tears yesterday. Ooh. Either I'm gonna trust you, or I may as well walk away. 'Cause stressing don't make it better. Don't make it better, no way. See, I decided that I cried my last tears yesterday. Ooh. Thank you.